So I want to talk about some of the things I've noticed about Dead by Daylight from a new player's perspective, mostly from the killer side of things, but also a bit from the survivor side, because each one has its ups and downs, as I'm sure everyone is aware, since the game's been out for so many years, and I am really late to the party, but I want to talk about things from my own perspective anyways, and just make this video for the hell of it. So first, let's begin with from the killer side of things. So I enjoy being a killer, and I like the game's mechanics and function, and I like a lot of the killers and their powers. So I have fun playing the game overall, but there are some things that become a nuisance and make me want to blow my head off and probably quit the game, but well, it is what it is. So one of those things, I'm sure you already know if you've been playing the game for a while. If you're new as I am, then you'll probably figure it out soon enough. The main thing that I have issue with when playing as a killer is the people I'm playing against. So it's either one of two extremes from what I've seen. I'll either have a lobby of people who aren't taking it seriously, they're not trying hard, they're just kind of screwing around and teabagging and they're trying to see if I'm a friendly killer. And I'm like, nope, and I just start killing them, and then they're like raging in the chat like, oh, why can't you just be friendly? And I'm like, because I'm trying to take the game somewhat seriously. I'm like, I'm just trying to play it. I want to be a killer. I want to chase you. I want to kill you. Like, that's my objective and goal. And so it annoys me when there's so many players I'm playing against that are like treating it like a joke, like as if it's Fortnite or something. And I'm like, you could at least try a little. Take the game somewhat seriously. You don't have to be a sweaty tryhard, but at least play the game. And then there's the people on the other end of the spectrum who are like Prestige 100 character, and I'm like a new player. Maybe I get 1 or 2 4-kill games with a killer, and all of a sudden I'm fighting against these top-level players, and it's like, why the hell is that a thing? The MMR system makes absolutely no sense to me at all, because like, it should take a long time for you to climb ranks, but instead, as soon as you do good one game, the next game you're just fucked. You're just playing against the baddest of the bad motherfuckers, and you're gonna lose. But the more annoying thing is getting against people with flashlights. That's the bigger problem, right? The flashlights. And the jerks who love to use them. And of course, there is ways to avoid it, as I am learning. But it takes a lot of practice. And since I'm new to the game and new to the mechanics, it's gonna take me a while to understand all this. So I'm trying to research things, watch videos and study up. But it's fucking annoying. Like, I don't understand why the flashlights blind has such a long duration. I don't understand why their flashlights can be used so much. There should be a limit. And like, after they've used it and stunned you once, they should have to wait like a minute or so to use it again. It's just kind of ridiculous. Like, I don't understand what the hell they were thinking with that item and why it's even in the game. I guess it's a defense mechanism of some sort for the survivor, but it's also stupid and unnecessary in my opinion. So yeah, bully squads, flashlights, that kind of shit with survivors really pisses me off, and I'm sure a lot of other killer players have quit the game because of stuff like that, or at least been very frustrated from it. And so I'm learning that there is ways to work around it, but it's still a pain in the ass. So, besides that, from a killer's perspective, everything else isn't too bad, and I have a good time playing it. It's just these people, man. I don't know what it is with the survivor players and why there's not like a good balance of them. It's just either people who just don't care and they're like dumb or not trying or whatever. And then there's the people who are just assholes and want to fuck with you and use flashlights. And then there's the people who are actually good at the game and make it hard for you just because they're very talented and skilled at playing as a survivor, which is better. I'd rather play against the high-level players that actually give a shit and aren't just fucking around. Moving on to the survivor side of things. From a survivor's perspective, one of the most annoying things that I'm seeing people complain about as a killer is camping and tunneling. Now, to me personally, I don't find tunneling to be that big of a deal because it's kind of just a strategy. Like, it kind of makes sense as a killer to want to eliminate one of the potential threats being the survivors as soon as possible, especially if they're one that has an annoying item. So you end up going after them and continuing to go after them and getting them dead. But camping is another story. Like, if you hook someone and just sit there and wait for their allies to come save them, then hit them down again and put them right back on the hook, that's just stupid. It's like a lame, scummy way to play. And, like, I mean, that's no different than the people playing with flashlights in reality. And, like, in Call of Duty, when people camp, it's scummy and it's annoying in those games, too. So the idea remains the same. Camping and playing that kind of way just makes you an asshole, and it shouldn't be allowed, realistically. But tunneling, it's 50-50, you know. Some people probably like tunneling. I don't intentionally tunnel at all. Like, when I'm playing as a killer, I kind of just run around and try to keep them off of gens. I try to hit and run a bit, and then I'll get someone down, and I'll run after someone else if there's another one nearby. Then I'll go back, pick them up, and hook them. And I try not to go after the same person right away again, unless I know they're a problem, and then I kind of do. But I don't intentionally try to tunnel just to get rid of someone, because I kind of feel like that's a lame way to play the game. I'd rather have the games go a little longer and be more interesting. So now we're getting to my next point. When I have played as a survivor, the problem I find is that it's boring, mainly because I keep getting killers who are friendly or perhaps somehow know people that are the other survivors, like they got invited into the game and are basically boosting, because the killer will just be like all friendly and stand there, and the other survivors will like keep taking hits and healing each other. And the killer just hits them and stands there, then hits them and stands there. And I'm like, okay, I'm out, see ya. Like, it's a waste of time. It's just fucking boring. If I'm going to be a survivor, I actually want a killer who's trying to kill me. Again, coming to the point of, like, why do people not play the game seriously? It's a horror survival game that has a slight competitive feel to it. And yet, 90% of the people on the game aren't even trying to give a shit. It's like, go play Minecraft or Fortnite then. Like, what the hell are you doing out here? It's not like I want sweaty tryhards everywhere like Call of Duty. And I'm not a sweaty tryhard. I don't drink Monster and stay up all night playing games. You know, I play them casually in between my work hours. But I at least try to play good or, like, consistent in a certain way that's, you know, right for the game. The people on this game, no matter whether it's a killer or survivor, I just find these people that are just lame. So that's why I like playing against bots more often than not, because I know that the bots will always consistently function a certain way, and they're always going to be very, like, aggressive about how they play, getting the gens done and healing each other, and they will be competent about doing the vaults, pallets, and the loops, even though it is kind of annoying because they're, like, perfect at it. But it's interesting to see how they play compared to people online that just don't really try too hard or try too hard or be annoying. And the thing I also like about bots is that they don't use items, they don't have any perks on, so there's nothing that's giving them extra advantage against you, so it lets you as the killer get to have a better feel for your powers and practice and stuff and get better with your aim and stuff. And it's kind of the same for me in Call of Duty also. I like to play against bots in Call of Duty when I get tired of tryhards online, just once in a while, have it be casual, just have it be something to play that's kind of a little more mindless to play that way. But also you can, like, practice certain things and not take it so seriously. But anyways, all in all, I like the game. I wish I started playing it sooner, and I also wish that there weren't things in it that made it so annoying. Like, and it seems like from what I'm hearing and reading online that the developers just don't give a shit, and they keep making it harder for the killers. And it seems like there's going to be less and less people playing killer. I mean, there's already less than 10% of people on the game that are actually choosing to be killer. And soon enough, there'll probably be none. Zero. no one left playing killer, so survivors queue will take 10 hours to find a game. And it's like gonna be dead just like any other game that dies eventually. And it's a sad thing. So I wish and hope that the behavior team will actually listen to what the community says, try to make things better for both sides, especially killers, because if you lose the killers, then you don't have a game. So thanks for watching the video. I hope some of it made sense. It probably didn't. It's just a bunch of rambling nonsense. But anywho, thanks for watching again. I'll see you later in the next video. Goodbye.
He